Hi everybody, these are a series of videos designed to help get the team started when working with projects within our open source community. I'll go into the different groups. A few of you might be watching this from different groups, or there's some even new teams that are joining. So if your name's not included, you probably joined after the making of this video. So I wanted to give a high-level overview of what Southern Cross AI is. It's an open source community of people who like artificial intelligence, and predominantly people in the tech side of it, the people actually building or working with these particular systems. So what this community does is it allows people who want to just put in a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there, or who want to understand more about AI itself, again, specifically to the tech side of it. And it has members that are from government, it has members that are from business, and it has members that are from academia. So for the teams that are participating in this open source community, while you have your individual projects, you should recognize that you're part of a larger community, and don't be afraid to reach out and ask the community to help. So, and also, you may find that you have skill sets in not only the project you're working in, but other projects. So don't be afraid to share. I'll go into all this later as we do the setup videos of how to get started with your individual teams. But I want you to understand Southern Cross AI is an open source community that helps you help your job. Last year we had a team. It was a team of 7, but they brought in about 10 to 15 people from the open source community to help them do a lot of their work. So it effectively made them look like they were doing 10 times the amount of work than they really were. Having the community help you is one way to be able to help advance your project. So don't think you can do it all yourself. Don't be afraid to pull from this larger community. So let's get a little bit started with the next slide here. So right now, this year, we're going to have 3 core teams. Some of you are part of Joey LLM, which you guys are actually working on more of the research side of it. We're within Joey LLM, we're repeating a lot of the work that they did with OpenAI in the beginning when they brought together researchers to build some of the first large language models. The thing is we're trying to do that here, and we're trying to learn lessons. So if you go back and look at the original papers that came out from OpenAI, and just after the Transformer, the Attention is All You Need paper came out, a lot of these groups started coming together to try to build basically the first LLMs we have today. But what started to happen was these papers started to not necessarily cover everything that really happened. So I think a little bit of the information about how to really build these got lost. So what we're doing is we're repeating the work. We're going to try to build a model. And in this particular team, you guys are going to be building a ChatGPT-2 equivalent model. I'll go into a little bit more of the details of what you do later, but let's just jump onto the second team. The ModelWorks team, you guys are not going to be building a foundational model. Instead, you guys are going to be building real-world applications. So what you'll be doing is you'll be building, you'll take a lot of these isolated chat bots, and I'll show you how to do that later and how to package them up and deliver them. So think of it this way. We're going to be taking AI APIs, calls out to other large language models, or even internal large language models, and we're going to be building a lot of projects. Some of them might be as simple as a project to help teach you how to do your algebra, for example, or a project to help to, defense manage HR requirements. So we'll be going into that a little bit later, and I'll talk to each team individually after we get set up. This is to introduce you to what we're doing and to also get you guys ready so that you guys know how to actually work. And it'll be a little overwhelming at first, but we'll go into more of it each team. Amplify Media, you guys are a little bit different. You guys are a team that should know a lot about artificial intelligence. You should have some understanding of coding. You should basically not be afraid to engage. So you guys are going to be working with taking a lot of these you're going to take podcasts and you're going to put it out to the environment. You're going to talk to AI experts, and that's why you should have expertise in this particular area. Even if you're not the strongest coder, you should know how to code. And you're going to be talking to people in business and government who also are experts. So I'll just go a little bit more into each team. So again, Joey LLM, you guys are more academic. You guys are going to be building a foundational model, basically a ChatGPT-2 style model. You won't be fine-tuning a current model. Basically, we're trying to set up pipelines so that we know how to build them from scratch. That doesn't mean in the future we won't fine tune. The second thing you'll be doing, and you'll probably start off with this, is you'll be building a large data set. So we'll be working with some of the guys over at Hugging Face, and we'll be pulling our own data sets together in order to release them. These data sets will be used for other people in academia and business. So we'll be trying to release 2 academic papers on this. So strong emphasis on PyTorch. You have to be comfortable with Hugging Face, CUDA, Jupyter Notebook, and a few other things. But again, I'll show each team how to do this individually. But this video is just about getting started with understanding how to set up your environment so that you can work effectively over the next year. ModelWorks AI. You guys won't be building foundational models, but instead you'll be taking foundational models and you'll be applying them to real-world problems. So you'll be using a lot of vector databases as a long-term memory on these models. And if some of this is over your head, don't worry. We're going to go through all this. You're going to go through each one of these with me individually as we go through the year. So the first 3 or so sprints will be actually learning the tool sets you need in order to build these. But think of it this way: personal AIs for defense, AIs for a hairdressing salon, AIs for individuals. We'll be taking all these tool sets and putting them into place, but we won't be building the foundational model. Excuse me, I have hiccups there. Amplify Media, same thing. Strong understanding of the technology. You may not necessarily be coding all the time, but you do need to understand it well enough so that when you interview a professor from the university who specializes in this, or if we get someone who's maybe from the core OpenAI team to talk with us, you should have a strong understanding of the overview of this technology. So you guys will be using a lot more tools like OBS Studio, Audacity, and Metricool, and you will also be interviewing other people along the way. And to some extent, you'll be taking projects and you'll show people how to actually code them up on YouTube. So some how-to videos will be involved in there. So again, have to have an understanding, but you don't have to be an expert at it. Okay, so upcoming videos. Basically, the first thing we're going to do with all teams is we're going to get you guys set up with GitHub. All of us stuff is set up under an organization we have for Southern Cross AI. So you'll each have a repository there where you'll have boards for tracking bugs, fixes, changes, and basically your thought patterns. Everyone will be using Git, pushing and pulling. Depending on how we set up the team, 1 or 2 people will approve it. But in general, we should all approve each other's code before it's pushed and pulled. Each and every team will be set up on Discord. So we'll be doing that the first day, getting set up with Discord. That's our communications. Please be careful about going to other forms of communication. I've seen a lot of people jump to other forms of communication, Twitter, WeChat, emails. And the problem is that kind of cuts out the community. Remember, the community there is there to help you. So there may be someone in the community who's amazing at building AIs. And if you're sitting over there on WeChat or Twitter or whatever talking, and you may not get the help from the community member you need. So we're going to try to drive all communication through Discord. Also, we'll have a monthly meetup. Now, this is just something with pizza and drinks and stuff like that. It's not mandatory. It's a Monday night. It lasts about an hour and a half from 6 to 7:30. It's mainly pizza and just networking. Remember, if you guys are working on a project, let's say, for example, you're part of the media group, you may run into other experts there and you say, hey, you're really good at what you do. Let's get you in and let's do a podcast. I'll be helping with all this, but this is what those meetups are for. Or maybe just find someone else who's been working as a data scientist but is amazing at machine learning. Who knows? That's the point of these things. And again, I'll go into the days and times and stuff like that, but we'll be signing up with Meetup and we'll be looking at the days so that in case you guys choose to come to those, you can. Sprint days. The first 3 sprints or so will be about learning to use your tool sets, learning the structure of the project, learning how to communicate, and basically kind of setting out the roadmap for the other 15 sprint days. So again, we'll be going on that That's it. And last but not least, every team needs to build their website. You'll be doing that the first day. I'll walk you through it. There's some upcoming videos on that. You can see we have some upcoming videos, and I'll be, you know what, actually let me go a little bit more into each one. Here's with GitHub. You'll need repository, pull requests, collaboration workflows, and more than that, you'll have to learn how to work together as a group on that. Again, we'll go over this again in another video. Discord. This is, again, we're going to drive all of our communication through this. So please, please, please try to communicate through this. You can put an app on your phone and communicate through chat. If all the communication goes through this, and for the ModelWorks team, we may take all this communication that we've gathered and we may put it into a vector database, tie it into an LLM, and create an AI that's specific to our community. Okay, and again, if you put it through there, you may have experts that may come and say, hey, listen, I'll give you a hand with that. And they may put in a few hours here or there. Last year, again, the team was able to draw from the community and do really good things, whether you're managing the community or getting help from the community or whatever. Okay, so monthly meetups, same thing. These are just fun, pizza, drinks, come hang out. There may be a guest speaker for 10, 15 minutes. There may not be. It's just a way of getting together and, you know, talking about cool stuff. You can talk about sci-fi if you want, well, whatever. I know we've got a lot of people from different countries. I've discovered that people have met each other from each other's hometowns. I think that's really cool. Sprint days. Again, the first 3 sprints will be about learning to use your tool sets, understanding the workflow, and getting used to working together as a team. So we'll go through that a little bit more. And again, we'll be tracking our progress and all that stuff through GitHub. There's some project boards and stuff like that I'll show you how to use later. So again, remember, this is just a high-level overview. We'll be diving into this more as the videos go on. And again, team website. I think this is really cool. This will be one of your first projects. You can actually build one really quickly, and I'll show you how to, and we'll walk you through every step. So if you've never had experience building a website, and again, if you haven't had experience with a lot of this stuff, we'll be working you through the tool sets and all that other stuff. Some of your team members might be stronger, some might not be. And again, people in the community. There's people in the community that build websites for a living. So who knows? You get a couple of them to come help you. Oh yeah, I put together this podcast, and at the last minute we had a couple other groups. So there will be other teams that will fall underneath the Southern Cross AI community. Now, mind you, each team is individual. You guys are all doing your own thing. The community is a way of having something together so you can say, I'm stuck on something, I'm going to go ask for help. Okay, so if we just keep it within our seven members of each group, you may find that you stagnate. So within the community, you might find someone who's amazing at PyTorch, and they maybe work for another team, but you help them out, and then it turns out that you're really good at handling a camera or whatever. So there's a little bit of crossover there, and the idea is to help you advance your project and to help them advance their project. So yeah, the new team is called the Guild. They're a gaming group. There's all different skill sets within that team. So we'll be working with them. I don't actually know much about this team. Another gentleman is running it who's part of our community and one of the leaders in our community. So he'll be managing this. I manage the 3 teams that I just mentioned, which were Joey, ModelWorks, and AmplifiAI. Anyway, that's about it. Good luck. There'll be a whole bunch of videos that follow this. Don't read too much into this. You don't have to go back and try to understand. Just understand that you guys are a team and that you fall underneath a community. The community is called Southern Cross AI, and it's a community of a whole bunch of different people. A lot of nerds. A lot of people are just interested in and there's a lot of people who just want to see what we're doing. So remember, you're a team with a specific goal set underneath a larger community that you can pull from when need be. And if necessary, you can help trade help a little bit here or there. You'll find that works really, really well. Anyway, my name is Matthew Altenberg. I don't know if I said that at the beginning of the film or the beginning of the video, sorry. And I look forward to this year with you guys. There'll be, in the bottom of this YouTube, there should be a link to each one of the videos, and there's 4 or 5 of them. We'll start off with GitHub. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.